David French is a senior writer at National Review. David Jolly is a former Republican congressman from Florida. And Josh Barrow is a senior editor at Business Insider. He is also an MSNBC contributor. Gentlemen, thanks for being with me. Josh, let me start with you. Both Washington Post and Politico, they've got stories today that suggest that Robert Mueller's appointment is something that's going to take some time in terms of the investigation, looking at an investigation that's going to last, quote, years. Is this the beginning of a very long process?
You know, I don't know. This is the reputation that these special counsel things have. I mean, remember, Ken Starr started investigating Whitewater and sort of meandered his way for years until we ended up with the Monica Lewinsky case, and they have the ability to sort of go out on tangents and look for the thing that is most prosecutable. However, that's a reputation that's been developed in part from scandals where you really had to hunt to find the scandal. And so I think, you know, given the sort of immense volume of stuff that is here and the number of bombshells that drop outside the context of the investigation, I wonder if this is really going to be as long and slow a process as we've become accustomed to with special counsel.
It sounds like you think this might be fairly easy and short work for, the former director.
I think there's a lot of material and it can go on for a very long time, but I'm not convinced that we're going to have to wait a long time for some significant results to come out of this.
David French, let's go over the timeline here, and we have to do this now fairly often because so much seems to happen so quickly these days. This is the timeline as reported by the New York Times and the Washington Post. The Department of Justice notifies Flynn of the investigation in November. He speaks with a Russian ambassador the next month. In January, he notifies the transition team that he's under investigation, tells the transition team, hey guys, they're looking at me. And yet, despite all that, he's sworn in January 22nd. How does that happen?
I'll tell you, it's a simple answer, because he's fiercely loyal to Donald Trump and had been fiercely loyal to Donald Trump throughout the campaign. And Donald Trump rewards loyalty, at least until someone's not useful to him anymore. But loyalty is always useful to Donald Trump. And so, you know, that's the issue here, is what we had was, you know, these assurances that Donald Trump was going to surround himself with the best people in spite of his lack of experience as a politician. And yet Michael Flynn has got to be one of the worst national security advisor hires ever. And now we really have to get to the bottom of this report that came out last night, that he refused to sign off on a faster takeover or a faster assault on Raqqa in Syria at the same time that he was on this payroll, or had just recently come off the payroll of allies to the Turkish president, and Turkey was opposed to the plan. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you have to get to the bottom of. There might be an innocent explanation, the reporting might be wrong, or there might be something nefarious, but this is what we have to know.
If that's true, it sounds treasonous, no?
It sounds horrible. Treason, there's a high bar for treason, but it sounds horrible. It's unjustifiable.
David Jolly, I want to put that graphic back up because I didn't get to finish the graphic here, because if you look at the last two dates, you'll see there on January 22nd he was sworn in. Then on the 26th, just 4 days later, Sally Yates, the acting AG at the time, warns that he could be blackmailed.